want you to look in my eyes. I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel, and I am not going to cooperate. Transition from the oil industry, yes.
Why would you do that?
Because the oil industry pollutes. Now, today's executive order also directs the Secretary of the Interior to stop issuing new oil and gas leases on public lands and in offshore waters.
Tomorrow, Joe Biden will be implementing a stop to new drilling on federal lands.
President Biden signed an executive order in January to temporarily halt oil and gas leasing on federal lands.
The most controversial order, pausing new oil and gas leases on federal lands and waters. Today's executive orders include making climate change a national security priority.
What can President Biden do? What should he do? What will he do?
He's actually president of the country that is the world's largest oil producer, and there seems to be no dialogue between the administration and the oil industry.
What's the impact of a federal ban on new oil and gas leases out here?
It's absolutely devastating. When the administration says that banning federal leases doesn't affect existing leases, they're simply wrong. And they don't know how this business works.
Another one of Biden's first actions after taking office was to halt all new oil and gas leases on federal lands for 60 days. Tomorrow, we're told, he'll extend that moratorium. It's just one more way that Biden is trying to reverse the stance of the Trump administration, which oversaw a dramatic increase in domestic drilling and production before the pandemic. That was a centerpiece of Trump's America First agenda.
I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel, end fossil fuel, end fossil fuel, end fossil fuel.
This morning, gas prices soaring to the highest average ever recorded.
Gas prices already the highest in U.S. history.
Tonight, record-breaking prices at the pump nationwide.
At gas stations across the country, prices are shooting up higher and faster than they have in more than a decade.
Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Gas prices shocking drivers at the pump.
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
Tonight, shock at gas pumps showing prices most drivers have never seen.
Come on, man.
When you fill up, you just basically have to cover your eyes. You know, gas prices, they keep climbing, and there does not seem to be any relief in sight.
How many push-ups you want to do here, pal?
And gas prices just continue to soar here across the valley and the nation.
U.S. gas prices are rising at the fastest pace we've ever seen.
Come on, man. What is he doing?
Americans are feeling the pain at the pump more than ever.
San Diegans paying the highest gas prices in our county's history.
Come on, man.
Prices at the pump skyrocketing to new high.
Come on, man.
Oil prices have soared to a 13-year high.
Oh, come on, man.
Prices bump at the pump. The average gas prices in Nevada have never been higher.
Come on, man.
Soaring fuel prices are here, there, everywhere.
Gasoline prices hitting record highs here at home and across the country.
Come on, man.
How long is all of this going to last, and how much higher could gas prices really go?
Not more, fewer.
As Americans feel the squeeze at gas stations across the country, the national average for a gallon of gas has never climbed faster.
Come on, man. Come on.
Right now, gas prices are the highest they have been in 7 years.
Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man.
Gas prices are now reaching record levels, and they're climbing higher every day.
Gas prices reach record levels across the country.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Stocks fell sharply on Wall Street today as oil and gas prices continue to skyrocket.
Come on, man.
You're going to feel that for a while, that pain at the pump.
Come on, man. Get a life. I guarantee we're going to end fossil fuel.
We did it, Joe.
So the oil situation is the biggest blunder of the Biden administration. He's going to Saudi Arabia on Saturday, the president is, to talk to the sheikhs about pumping more oil. Can you imagine this? So 5 years ago, under Donald Trump, 6 years ago, the USA was energy independent. We didn't need to buy any energy anywhere because we were producing it. First day in office, Joe Biden comes in January 20th, 2021, and attacks the American energy industry. We all know this. He slaps regulations on it in harvesting oil, fracking, coal, everything in the name of global warming. That sent a signal to the rest of the world that the U.S. energy industry was going to decline, which it has. Therefore, the price worldwide of a barrel of oil went up and up and up. And that's why inflation exploded in the USA and other countries, because we're paying more to drive an automobile, heat and cool our homes. And that affects everything. All right, we all got it? Biden, 100% his fault. Not Putin, not the oil companies, Biden. Okay, so now he has to go over to Saudi Arabia, a country he despises, as do most leftists in America, because it's a totalitarian state. If they want to murder somebody, they murder somebody. He's got to go there and say, "Oh, please, pump more oil." And then he's going to have to give the sheikh something to get more oil. He'll get it. But we'll give them weapons or we'll give them whatever they want. And you'll never hear about that, what we give them. Okay, so Biden is desperate now. The Democratic Party is desperate because they see the numbers. 33% job approval in the New York Times for President Biden? Unheard of. But even the dimmest of us, people who never will lead a smart life, know he's screwing up. The only people that are behind Biden are the zealots, the hardcore. If they weren't hardcore leftists, they'd be Moonies.
Can you understand why using the SPR as the strategic midterm reserve is a short-sighted decision that only leaves this country even more exposed to the whims of OPEC Plus next year?
No, look, I disagree. We said that the OPEC decision was short-sighted precisely because the lack of supply and reliable supply continues to be the dominant challenge globally in energy markets. The lack of supply continues to be the dominant risk. And the use of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in a historic but calibrated way starting last winter, that's a prudent use of the asset as a transition as U.S. producers ramp up.
You say it's a prudent use of the asset. Other people are very worried about this. You've drained the SPR to its lowest level in 4 decades. There's some accusation that you're putting the polls before America's energy security. Boom! Brian, the Saudis themselves said this morning that the U.S. requested a 1-month delay to the OPEC Plus output. I wonder why that would be. Brian, can you tell me whether you did ask the Saudis for a 1-month delay to that decision? Are they telling the truth?
Look, we clearly communicated our views to OPEC members that we thought it was short-sighted for them to take the action that they were contemplating, and they announced.
And you didn't answer the question, so I'm going to ask it again. Damn! I'm going to share with you and share with our audience the quote from the Saudis this morning. The government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia would like to clarify that based on its belief in the importance of dialogue and exchange of views with its allies and partners outside of OPEC Plus regarding the situation in the oil markets, the government of the Kingdom clarified through its continuous consultation with the US administration that all economic analyses indicate that postponing the OPEC Plus decision for a month, according to what has been suggested, would have had negative economic consequences. Brian, again, it's a really straight question. Did you ask the Saudis to delay that decision for a month? Are they telling the truth or not?
Look, I'm not going to get on air and disclose private conversations that members of our administration
the Saudis have shared it with us. You've got the opportunity to say it's true or not. Is it true or not?
What I will say clearly is that the communications that we've had with OPEC members and continuing have been based on our assessment of the economic circumstances of supply and demand in global oil markets. We engagements internationally.
Again, they're suggesting it's a political one. That your strategy is political, that your effort
I understand what they're suggesting, and what I'm saying to you is that our...
Look in the eyes. Larry gets nailed with the left hand, the right hand, digs to the body, goes to throw right hand, gets clipped with a big right hand. He won't get up from this one. It's all over.